Mr. Honda said, "Without racing, there is no Honda." So today, we're at the American Honda Collection, and we want to share a few stock, tuner, and race cars that really help to establish the performance credibility of the Honda Civic.
We think it's important for people who love cars to love our cars. And a way we do that is by validating performance credentials on the racetrack. And so racing the Civic Si lets our customers know that the performance that they get in their car when they buy a Civic Si is authentic.
If you look at all the racing series going on around the world, Honda's involved in so many of them.
The Si has an incredible racing heritage here in North America. In the Continental Tire Series, it's won 2 world championships. In the Pirelli World Challenge Series, it's racked up 4 championships. And in SCCA club racing competition, it's actually racked up 9 national championships. And in 2015, 2016, actually won back-to-back SCCA national championships.
This is a 1974 Civic 1200 race car we call Tokyo Joe, and it's the world's fastest first-generation Civic. It was clocked at 146 miles per hour at Talladega, and it was built by an early Honda associate, Honda Bob. He raced it for 16 years, and the car was at the 1986 SCCA runoffs at Road Atlanta.
Racing is very much part of Honda's culture.
Everybody wants to protect the heritage of the brand and lift up their performance of the brand.
It's part of the company's racing spirit that they like to foster. There's a lot of associate racing on the 4-wheel and the 2-wheel side. I've raced Civic SIs, Honda S2000s, Acura TLs, Acura ILXs. We spend a lot of time with Civic SIs in endurance racing, in sprint racing, in club racing. The Civic Si over the years has proved to be a great race car. Essentially, it can be competitive without a lot of modifications, and it can go fast right out of the box.
There is a lot of passion for these cars within Honda, within the Honda community, just basically the automotive world in general.
This is the original and iconic first-generation Mugen CRX prototype, and it's got all the trick goodies on it. It has a fully kitted motor, the interior's gutted, it's got a 9-piece plastic wide-body kit that extends the nose, it's got unique dual exhaust tailpipes. And these fan wheels are super rare now and ridiculously expensive.
In 2017, we're taking the Civic Si racing again in a big way. We just announced that we are campaigning 2 cars in the Pirelli World Challenge Series with Shea Racing. The Civic Si really checks a lot of the performance boxes for the enthusiast. Limited slip differential, 6-speed manual transmission only.
The Civic Si for the first time is going to be a turbocharged vehicle.
It'll be the fastest Civic Si we've ever made.
Honda has a strong legacy of using turbochargers for performance. In the 80s, we had turbo bikes that put out 100 horsepower per half liter. And we also built 1,000 horsepower F1 cars with turbos. We even used turbos in our personal watercraft. And most recently, to win the Indy 500.
This year, a group of Honda associates got together here in Los Angeles to build a couple of cars for the NASA 25 Hours of Thunder Hill and put a lot of their own blood, sweat, and tears into building and developing the car and then ultimately taking it racing at the 25 Hours of Thunder Hill.
And this is a 1986 Honda Civic Si hatchback. The Si stood for Sport Injected. In the 80s, everything was big, hair and hatches. And now globally, hatches are big again. Nothing beats the capacity of a hatch, and the Civic hatch is back.
The Type R brand is essentially a race car for the road. Here in the US, it's always sort of been the forbidden fruit. We've never been able to have it. We're really looking forward to experiencing that both on the road, of course, but ultimately the racetrack.
Honda is really synonymous with racing. Mr. Honda started out that way, and when we do any generation of vehicle, on motorcycles, on-road, off-road, racing is really bred in.
This is a year 2000 Honda Civic Si pre-production unit, and it was built by our friends at Super Street Magazine for the Honda Civic Si Challenge.
We have a quote from Mr. Honda, right? There is no Honda without racing, right? But I think there's no racing without Honda.